I want to welcome everybody. I do this to get applause every year, and I appreciate that you're here. I really am. I see some faces I haven't seen for many moons. So this is the continuation, I should say, of our Simon Studios' 48th year. That's a real trick, because I'm only 26, as everybody knows. I try my best to, this is a wig, it comes off underneath at 26. And we still do the same thing we started in 1978, which is 48 years ago. I guess we started down at the 13th Street Playhouse with 4 students. 4 miraculous victims that trusted me and said they'd like to do a little work. And it kept growing, but it's still a boutique. It's not a factory, it's a boutique. And we were dedicated to working every single week, which I think is not easy, as some of us know who are in the audience that are in this business. But we do that. We do that because we're learning, we constantly are learning, and we're constantly trying to be better. No matter what level we're on, we're constantly trying to be better. You, as friends of ours, or of these fine people who have been with us, many of them a number of years, some relatively new, but we're very proud that most of the people up here have been with us quite a while. We're dedicated in our training to teach, but we're all learning, no matter whether we're teaching or whether we're students. We're all students. We're professionals. We're dedicated to combining all the different elements of theater and film, which means we put together every session, not just actors, because actors need writers, as we can well see, I think, later tonight when we watch. We combine the actors with writers and directors, and we're all in that room. We have a common vocabulary that way, and we hope that we then reflect the business that we're in, which is never actors in a room, but usually actors have to have those elements with them to create a film or a play. We also combine a lot of different things called classics, classical work. And we mix that with brand new contemporary work written by writers that are in our professional lab class. And we're very proud of that. And every once in a while, after weeks of studying and working on things, we like to put it up in front of some of our friends and see where we are. And that's why you're so important, and we thank you for being part of this experiment, which it always is. And we continue after tonight. We take a very short, not break, because we're right in the middle of rehearsal for our next production, which is going to be July 19th and 20th. As Ed Sullivan used to say, it's a really big show. It's on the back of your program. We've been invited by the Midtown International Theater Festival to do a production. And so in the John Cullum Theater, which is part of the American Theater for Actors, we're going to do a thing I call Samovar, which is work that developed in our professional lab class with resident actors, like 2 of them who are in our midst tonight, Jonathan Ward, and where's Sir Nick? Sir Nick D. Simone, he's here too. There he is. So we're going to do world premieres. We call them world premieres. They were written in our lab class, and then they went through what we do with our writers always, different readings. Every time there was a new draft based on the reading, Nick would go and rewrite, John would go and rewrite, and we kept working on these until we finally found these 4 beautiful little short plays. They are inspired and adapted from Chekhovian short stories. So the evening is classical but contemporary because it's our writers, American writers, adapting the classics, which is Chekhov's short stories. So we're really kind of excited about it. We also, it's kind of a Russian jam session because we have live musician on stage with an original score that is part of the evening. So we hope you'll come back. Tonight we focus on 3 of our young writers, and we treat them as young writers that have never been done before, rather than works that have been done by hundreds of great actors. We try to forget that. So there's this guy named Bill Shakespeare. He's a new writer, and we're going to do some of it. Somewhere he's here, in the midst. And there's another guy named Anton Chekhov. In our studio, we call him Tony, but he's Anton Chekhov, and we're going to do some work of his as well. And then we're going to also throw in Mr. Tennesse Williams, one of our youngest writers. They are, in a way, still very young, in the sense that all of them did what Nick and John are doing. Went through constant rewrites. The only time I ever had a chance to direct Mr. Tennesse Williams in my life was quite an experience, and he always was writing every single day, and so you never knew what the next day was going to be, what was going to come into rehearsal. He'd hand you notes, written notes that he wanted to, here's a new scene, and you'd. So I consider these 3 still young writers for us, and we continue to grow as we always do as actors and directors by reaching for them. You're going to meet some interesting people in the first part, which is the monologue, what we call the monologue section of this. And I'm going to tell you who you're going to meet, and you can kind of guess after that. You're going to meet Serafina from Rose Tattoo by Tennesse Williams, and then you're going to meet Amanda Wingfield from Glass Menagerie, and then you're going to meet Olga from The 3 Sisters by Chekhov, and then you're going to meet Trofimov from Anton Chekhov's The Cherry Orchard, and then you're going to meet Masha from The 3 Sisters, and then you're going to meet Vershinin from The 3 Sisters, and then you're going to meet Lopakin from The Cherry Orchard, and then you're going to meet Richard II from Bill Shakespeare's play of the same name, and then you're going to meet Big Daddy from Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, and then you're going to hear a sonnet written by Mr. Shakespeare. Then we're going to break for breakfast. It'll be about, no. And then you're going to see the following scenes in progress that we've been working on in the lab. You're going to see Uncle Vanya, because they're listed, I believe, but this is the order you're going to have them in. I hope. You never know. We have Uncle Vanya. We have the Scottish play. We never say that word. We say the Scottish play. Then you're going to see 3 Sisters, a scene from 3 Sisters. Actually, you'll see 2 scenes from 3 Sisters. Then you're going to see a scene from The Bear by Chekhov. And then you're going to see a scene called Julius Caesar without the President of the United States playing Caesar. It's traditional tonight. Then you're going to see from Tennesse Williams a very rare scene and a rare play called Parade. I confess to not having known it until the actor Brian brought it in. Then you're going to see Mr. Williams represented by a scene from Summer and Smoke, followed by Henry VI by William Shakespeare, and lastly, the newest play of all, a play called Hamlet by Mr. William Shakespeare. And then we're going to break for dinner. The whole evening is an hour and 15 by my watch, which is always broken, so, you know, but it won't be more than that. And then for the second act, my daughter has brought wine and cheese, and we're going to go out and have a good time and toast our studio for its 48th year. We really hope you'll come see us in July, and that you really enjoy yourself this evening. And I just thank you all for being you and for coming. Let's enjoy it.
The Simon Studio presents
From Shakespeare to Chekhov to Williams.
When I think of men, I think about my husband. My husband was Sicilian. We had love together every night of the week. We never skipped one. From the night we was married to the night that he was killed in his fruit truck on that road there. Maybe that is the reason I'm not the man crazy and don't like to hear the talk of women that are. But I'm interested in the happiness of my daughter, who's graduating this morning out of high school. And now I'm going to be late. The band is playing. I lost her wristwatch, her graduation present. Go on. Go on to New Orleans, you do man of crazy things, you. Pick up a man on Canal Street. But not at my house, at my window, in front of my dead husband's ashes. Oh, I'm not at all interested. I'm not at all interested in men getting fat and bald, wearing soldier boy stray suits, tearing the clothes off a girl on Canal Street, and dropping paper sets at a hotel windows. I'm not at all interested in that sort of man-crazy business. I remember my husband with a body like a young boy. And hair on his head thick and black as mine is, and skin on him smooth and sweet. It's a yellow rose petal. My folks was peasants. Contadini. And he come from landowners. Signorile, my husband.
You know, Laura, I had the funniest experience in church last Sunday. The church was crowded, except for the pew way down in front. And in it was a little old lady. And I smiled at her and asked, "Excuse me, would you mind if I share the pew?" "I certainly would." She said, "The space is rented." You know, that's the first time I ever knew that the Lord rented space. All these Episcopalians, Northerners. I can understand the Southern Episcopalians, not the Northerners. No. Don't push your food with your fingers. If you must push your food with your fingers, then use a crust of bread. You must chew the food. Animals create secretions in their stomachs that make us, they digest food without mastication. But human beings must chew their food before swallowing it. Chew your food. A well-cooked meal has many, many wonderful flavors. Eat leisurely. Eat leisurely, not gulp it down. Chew, chew, chew. Don't you want your salivary glands to have a chance to function?
Today, it's warm enough to leave the windows wide open, even though the birds' trees haven't put out any leaves yet. Father got his command 11 years ago. We left Moscow and we came here. It was the beginning of May then, too. I remember it exactly. Moscow was full of flowers by then. It was warm and there was sunshine everywhere. I remember it exactly like it happened yesterday. Like we just left Moscow and came here. Oh my. I woke up this morning and I realized that it's springtime. Everything was bright. And there was sunshine everywhere. And I wanted so much to go back home.
All of Russia is our orchard. Think, Anya, your grandfather, his father, all of your ancestors were serf owners. They owned living souls. And now doesn't something human look at you from every cherry in that orchard, every leaf and every stalk? Don't you hear the voices? It's horrible. Your orchard is terrible. And at night, and in the evening when we're walking in the orchard, it's like the old bark from the trees. It sheds a dim light. And the old cherry trees, it's like they're dreaming of what was 100 years ago, 200 years ago. And they're oppressed by their heavy visions. In any case, we've left those years behind us. So if you have the keys hanging from your belt, give them away. Give them away and be free as the wind, all the way to Moscow.
My dear sisters, I want to confess. I want to bare my soul. I want to confess something to you, and then I never want to say another word about it ever again. I'm going to tell you everything right now. Well, it's my secret. But you should know about it anyway. I'm in love. I'm in love with this man. You just saw him over there right now. Well, there you have it. I'm in love with Vershinin. Well, what can I do? I mean, at first I thought he was strange. And then I felt sorry for him. And then I fell in love with him. I fell in love with his speeches, the things that he would say, his problems, his 2 little girls. Oh, you're the silly one. I'm in love. It's my fate. I guess it's my luck. And he loves me. It's funny, isn't it? It's so funny. Doesn't it strike you as funny? Oh dear, don't worry. We're gonna figure it out somehow, no matter what life gives us. You know, when you read about these things in books, you think, how silly, how predictable. And then you yourself are in love. And then you realize that no one knows anything at all until you find yourself having to figure it out for herself.
Just the other day, I was reading the diary of a former French minister. He wrote it while he was in prison. He'd been convicted for his role in the Panama Canal affair. And in the diary, he mentions with delight, even ecstasy, all the various birds that he could see through his prison window, birds that he never even noticed when he was a minister. Of course, now that he's been freed from prison, he'll just go back to his old habit. He won't even notice those old birds. He'll just do what he always did before. And that is exactly what you'll do. You won't even notice Moscow when you go to live there. We have no happiness. We never will. We just long for it.
I bought it. No, wait, don't go, please. I can't talk yet. I'm still mixed up about it. We get to the auction, and there's Daragonov, all ready and waiting. Leonid Andreevich only had 13,000, so right away, Daragonov bids 30,000, and that's already on top of the balance on the mortgage. So, I see what he's up to. Do you know what I did? I bid against him. Raise it to 40. Then he bids 45. Then I bid 55. See, I saw what he was up to. He was raising it by 5, so I double him each time. Anyway, it's all over now. 90,000 plus the balance on the mortgage. The cherry orchard is mine. Mine. The cherry orchard belongs to me. Tell me I'm dreaming. Tell me I'm making all this up. Tell me I'm drunk. And don't nobody laugh. Oh, if my father and my grandfather could see me now. There, Yermolai, that poor boy. The boy who didn't go to school. The boy who went barefoot in the winter. The boy they beat is now the owner of the most beautiful estate in the entire world. Where my father and my grandfather were not even allowed in the kitchen because they were slaves. Well, come along, everyone, and watch what I am going to do. I am going to chop down all of the trees in that cherry orchard, every goddamn one of them! I am going to develop that land! I am going to create something that our children and our grandchildren can be proud of.
Of comfort? No man speak. Let's talk of graves, of worms and epitaphs. Make dust our paper, and with rainy eyes write sorrow on the bosom of the earth. Let's choose executors. And yet not so, for what have we to bequeath of our deposed bodies to the ground? Our lives, our lands, and all our Bollyngwoods. Nothing can we hold our own, save death, and that small model of the barren earth which serves as paste and cover to our bones. For God's sakes, let us sit upon the ground and tell sad stories of the death of kings. Some have been deposed, some slain in war, some haunted by the ghosts they have deposed, some poisoned by their wives, some sleeping killed, all murdered. Within the hollow crown that rounds the mortal temples of the king keeps death his court. And there the antic sits, scoffing his state, grinning at his pomp, allowing him a scene, a little moment to monarchize, be feared, and kill with looks. As if this flesh, which walls about our life, were brass impermeable. And humid thus comes, at the last, the little pin, bores through his castle wall, and farewell, king. Cover your heads. Mock not flesh and blood with solemn reverence. Throw away respect, form, tradition, ceremonious duty. For you have but mistook me all this while. I live with bread like you. Feel grief, taste want, need friends. Subjected thus, how can you say to me I am a king?
All I ask of that woman is that she leave me alone. But she just cannot admit to herself that she makes me sick. And that comes from having slept with her too many years. I should have quit years ago, but that woman, she just couldn't get enough. And I was good in bed, so. But, now they say that you only got so many. And every one of them is numbered. Now, I still got a few left in me. Just a few. Oh, and I am gonna find me a choice one to spend them on. Yes, sir, boy, I am gonna find me a good one, and I don't care how much he costs. I'm gonna strip her naked, and I'm gonna smother her in minks. Boy, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna strip her naked, I'm gonna smother her in minks, and choke her with diamonds. Boy, and then I am gonna run her from Jackson to Memphis and back nonstop. Oh, you see, Brick, 'cause I'm happy. You see, boy, I'm finally happy.
As the unperfect actor on the stage, who with his fear is put beside his part, or some fierce thing replete with too much rage, whose strength abundance weakens his own heart. So I for one forget to say, the perfect ceremony of love's rite, and in mine own love's strength seems to decay, overcharged with the burden of mine own love's might. Oh, let my books be then the eloquence and dumb preceders of my speaking breast, who plead for love and look for recompense, more than that tongue that more hath more expressed. Oh, learn to read what silent love hath writ, to hear with eyes belongs to love's fine wit.
No. 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 Oh, good.
Alexandra. Alexandra. Alexandra, you're dreaming.
Oh, God, I'm frozen.
Well, your rug has fallen off.
Oh, Sonia, I would...
It's not Sonia. It's me.
Oh, Lenotchka, I'm sorry, forgive me. The pain is back.
I'll go and shut the window.
Yeah. No, it's all right, it's fine. I can't seem to catch my breath. I fell asleep. I didn't realize. I dreamt that this wasn't my leg. It belonged to somebody else. It's agonizing.
It's your gout, Alexandra.
No, this can't be gout. It must be something else. Oh, God, the pain! What time is it? You know, that's good. You can find that copy of Barushkov I asked you for. You find that copy of Barushkov I asked. It's just, I can't get a breath.
Well, you need some sleep. You had none last night, and now this tonight.
Oh, it's these ideas I have in my head. If I don't get them up and running, they'll be gone.
Well, what ovens? You're retired. Take your time. Just accept it.
Yeah, but you just can't turn your brain off. You're in a race against the clock. You know, Turgenev had a heart attack because of his gout. I mean, because of the pain. Just bang. That's what could happen to me. Daren't even look in the mirror anymore. I see my father staring back at me from his deathbed. He had a horrible death. And what's more, you're so painfully aware how revolting people find you. They give you no choice.
Oh, so now it's my fault.
I'm only talking objectively. It's nothing personal. No, you're young, you're healthy, you want to live. Why shouldn't you? I just think it won't be long now. Did you hear what I said?
Yes. All right. Let's just stop.
Stop what?
What is it that you want? What? Just stop hounding me.
Hounding? Oh, well, yes. I'm sure I've driven you crazy, haven't I? You know, sick if you just wanted to go.
Oh, yes, and go where with what? Let's just be quiet. All right?
You know, what's really funny? Whenever Vanya starts to talk, or his mother speaks, everyone is riveted on their drivel. I say as much as 2 words, everyone wants to kill themselves. You lose the right to exist. That's the final irony.
Well, no one is doubting your rights. No one is disputing your rights.
You work your whole life, you know, working, training, polishing your craft, leading the way, and everybody depends on you, and then suddenly, that's it, you're old, you're from the past, and the past is gone. You end up living in a kind of tomb. Well, I want to live. I want to write great works. I want to be successful. What's wrong with that? This is a terrible idea anyway, coming out here. There's nothing here. It's like you're dead already, but you're not allowed to be.
Well, yes, time is certainly killing me just as much as it is you. Well, you asked for the doctor and he's outside.
What doctor?
Well, Dr. Astrov. Who else?
Jesus, he's so goddamn stuck up.
What is it that you want? What? We can't send for the entire medical faculty of St. Petersburg just because you get pins and needles. Just have him take a look.
No! I can't stand him.
Well, I'm not going to tell him. You're going to tell him yourself.
What time is it?
It's after midnight.
Will you give me those drops? Not these. These are my morning drops. I mean, I'll be up all bloody night.
Well, you don't have to be so rude. You know, perhaps some people pander to this kind of behavior, but you can spare me. I have to wake up in a few hours for the haymaking.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. There's a storm brewing. In case anybody wants to know.
Let us seek out some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men bestride ourselves in birthdom. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face, as if it felt with Scotland and yelled out like syllable of dolor.
What I believe I'll wail, but no believe. And what I can redress as I shall find the time to friend, I will. What you have spoke, it may be so perchance. This tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongues, was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you yet. I am young, but something you may deserve of him through me, and wisdom to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb to appease an angry God.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is! A good and virtuous nature may recoil an imperial charge. But I shall crave your pardon. That which you are, my thoughts cannot transpose. Angels are bright still, though the brightest fell. Though all things fell would wear the brows of grace, yet grace must still look so.
I have lost my hopes. Great tyranny, lay thou thy basest shore, for goodness dare not check thee. Where thou thy wrongs, the title is afeard. Fare thee well. These evils that thou repeats upon thyself have banished me from Scotland. I would not be the villain that thou thinks for the whole space that's in the tyrant's grasp, and the rich east to boot.
Be not offended. I speak not in absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and every new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think withal there will be hands uplifted in my right. And here from gracious England have I offer of goodly thousands. But for all this, as I shall tread upon the tyrant's head or wear it on my sword, yet my poor country shall have more vices than it had before, more suffer, more sundry ways than ever, by him that shall succeed.
What should he be?
If such a one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not to live. O nation miserable with this untitled tyrant bloody sceptred, when shalt thou see thy wholesome days again? Since thou the truest issue of thy throne by his own interdiction stands accurred and does blaspheme his breed. Thy royal father was the most sainted king. The queen that bore thee oftener upon her knees than on her feet died every day she lived. Fare thee well, these evils that thou repeats upon thyself have banished me from Scotland. See, who comes here?
Oh, my countryman, yet I know him not.
My gentle cousin, welcome hither.
I know him now. Good God be times removed the means that make us strangers.
Sir, amen.
Stand Scotland where did?
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. Cannot be called our mother, but our grave. Where shrieks and groans and cries rent the air, and good men expire before the flowers in their caps, dying ere they sicken.
Oh, relation too nice yet too true.
What's the newest grief?
When I came hither to bear these tidings, which I have heavily borne, there ran a rumor of many worthy fellows that were out. Now is the time of help. Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers. Help our women fight to doff their dire distresses.
Be comforted, we are coming thither. Gracious England hath lent us old Syward and 10,000 men, an older and a better soldier, none than Christendom gives out.
Oh, if I could only answer such hope with the like, but I have words that would be howled out in the desert air, lest they latch on to hearing.
What concern they? Is it of a general cause? Or is it a fee grief due to some single breast?
No mind that's honest, but in it share some woe, though the main part pertains to you.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Let not thy ears despise my tongue, which shall possess them of the heaviest sound that ever yet they heard.
I guess at it.
Thy castle is surprised. Your wife and babes savagely slaughtered.
What man? Merciful heaven. Nay, or pull your hat upon your brows.
My
Give sorrow words, the grief that does not speak. The whispers the overfraught heart, and bids it break.
My children too.
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
And I must be from thence. My wife killed too.
I have said.
Be comforted. Let's make us medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children. All my pretty ones. Did you say all? Oh, hell kite. All?
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so, but I must also feel it as a man. What? I cannot remember such things that were so precious to me. Did heaven look on and not take their part? Sinful Macduff. They were all struck for thee. Not for mine, not that I am, not for their own demerits, but for mine. Fell slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Convert grief to anger, blunt not the heart, enrage it.
I could be the woman with mine eyes and brag it with my tongue, but let's cut short all intermissions. Bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself to my sword's length. And with my own sword's length, set him. And if he escapes, heaven forgive him too.
This June goes manly. Come, go we to the king. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long that never finds the day.
I am really thirsty. I'd love a cup of tea.
It should be ready in a moment. When I was 18, I married my husband. I was terribly afraid of him. Well, because he was a school teacher and all, and I was barely out of school. I used to think he was terribly wise and important, and now I've changed my mind.
Well, often when you find people like that, I guess it depends how you see them.
Well, I mean, I don't mean my husband. I'm used to him. But I mean the people in this town, they're just so vulgar. They're just so unkind, so stupid. You know, vulgarity, it just upsets me, it wounds me. Whenever I see someone that is unkind and lacks finesse, well, it just makes me physically sick. When I have to go to my husband's high school and be around his colleagues, well, it just makes me sick.
Well, I don't see any difference at all between the civilian and the military, in this town anyway. They're all alike. They're all so uninteresting. You listen to any one of the locals who's supposed to be sensitive or intelligent. His house depresses him. His wife depresses him. Everything he owns depresses him. We're supposed to be such highly developed, abstract thinkers. Why do our lives depress us? Why?
Why?
Why does his wife depress him? And his kids? And why are they depressed by him?
You seem awfully depressed yourself today.
Maybe. I didn't have any lunch. I haven't had anything to eat since this morning. One of my little girls isn't well, and whenever anything's wrong with one of my two girls, I just get really upset. And then I start thinking about the mother that they've got, and oh God, you should have seen her this morning. What a fool. We started fighting at 7 o'clock. And at 9 o'clock, I slammed the door and I left. You know, I never talked to anybody about this. You're the only one that I complain to. Well, don't be angry with me. You're absolutely all I've got.
Listen to the sound that the wind is making in the chimney. You know, right before Father died, the wind made that same sound, just like that.
Are you superstitious?
Yes.
That's strange. That's strange and wonderful. You are a strange and wonderful woman. I can see your eyes shining in the dark.
There's more light over here.
I love you. I love you. I love your eyes. I love the way you move. I dream about you. You strange and wonderful woman.
I'm sorry, whenever you talk to me like that, it just makes me laugh somehow. Don't say it again. Don't say it again. Please, don't say it again. No. 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 No, say it again. What difference does it make? It doesn't make any difference at all.
Masha.
Someone's coming. Talk about something else.
Is the tea almost ready?
Yes, it is. Milk and sugar?
Yes, please. There's a wonderful walk today.
Yes, it was. They're saying that we should organize a group and get aid together for the people that were burned out. I think it's a lovely idea, don't you think? Well, it's what we should do when you're rich. We should help the poor out anyway. Bobek and Sophie are fast asleep. They're sleeping as if nothing is going on in the world. And there's so many people in the house everywhere. Everywhere you look, they're in every corner. There's a flu going around. And I just don't want the children to catch it.
You can't see the fires from these rooms. It's quieter here.
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, I must be a mess. It's who said I was getting fat. That's not true one bit. Masha, she's fast asleep, isn't she? She must be tired out, poor thing. Don't you sit down when I'm around here. Get up! Get up and get out! Why you put up with this old woman I would just never understand, Olga?
Excuse me, I don't understand either.
Well, you just spoil her. She doesn't do anything. She's a peasant and she should be living on a farm. I mean, I just like things nice and neat around the house and not sloppy. Oh, you must be tired out, poor thing. Our headmistress, she's all tired out. You know, when Sophie grows up and goes to high school, I'll have to start being scared of you.
I'm not going to be your headmistress.
Oh, Olga, it's all settled.
I refuse. I can't. I don't have the strength for it. You were so rude to Nana just now. Excuse me. I can't bear those kinds of scenes. It makes me terribly upset.
Olga, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. You and I have grown up under quite different circumstances. Still, I cannot bear scenes like that. It makes me depressed, and I feel faint. When I see someone treated like that, I get physically sick.
Olga, I'm sorry. I did not mean to upset you.
The slightest vulgarity and indelible expressions, I get terribly upset.
Olga, I'm sorry. I know I say things that I shouldn't dare, but you have to agree. She should go and live on a farm.
She has lived with us some 20, 30 years.
But she cannot work. She doesn't do anything. All she does is sit around or she sleeps.
Then let her sleep.
Well, what do you mean let her sleep? She's a servant, isn't she? Olga, either I don't understand you or you don't want to understand me. She cannot work.
I think I must have aged 10 years tonight.
Well, Olga, we're going to have to settle this once and for all tonight. You're at the high school, and I'm at home. Your job is teaching. My job is taking care of this house. And when I tell you that a servant isn't working out, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. And I don't want to see that old woman in the house tomorrow. Really, Olga? You should move to the basement apartment so we don't have to fight like this. Unless it's going to be terrible for everyone.
What do you want?
Madam, your late husband, with whom I had the honor of being acquainted, he died in my debt, in the amount of 1,200 rubles on 2 different bills of exchange. As I must pay the interest due on a mortgage tomorrow, I've come today to ask you, madam, to pay me the money.
1,200 rubles? What was my husband in debt to you for?
He used to buy oats for me.
So don't you forget Luca to give Toby an extra feed of oats. If Nikolai Mikhailovich died in debt to you, then I shall certainly pay you, but you must excuse me today as I have any spare cash. The day after tomorrow, my steward will be back from town, and I'll give him instructions to settle your account. But at the moment, that cannot be as you wish. Moreover, it's exactly 7 months today since the death of my husband, and I'm in a state of mind which absolutely prevents me from giving money matters my attention.
Yes, well, I am in a state of mind which, if I don't pay the interest due tomorrow, I will be forced to exit this world gracefully, 2 feet first. They're gonna take my estate.
You'll have money the day after tomorrow.
I don't want the money the day after tomorrow.
You must excuse me,
I
I
want
can't
it
pay you.
today,
You must excuse me, I can't pay you.
and I can't wait until after tomorrow.
Well, what can I do if I haven't the money now?
Are you telling me that you can't pay me?
I can't.
Is that the last thing you're gonna say?
Yes, the last word.
The very last word?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you very much. I will make a note of it. And then people want me to be calm. I meet a man on the street today and he says, "Grigory Stepanovich, why are you always so angry?" But how can I not be angry? I left my home and rode out early in the morning yesterday and called on every one of my debtors, and not a single one of them paid up. I go to Grossman, he's not at home. Yaroslav has hidden himself. I had a violent row with Khrushchev, nearly threw him out the window. And then I get here. It's because I'm too gentle with them. I'm weak wax in their hands. And then I get here, 70 miles from my home, hoping to get something, and I find you in a state of mind. How can I not be angry?
I thought I distinctly said my steward will pay my
Madam,
insurance from
I
town.
did not come to see your steward, but to see you. What the devil, excuse my language, do I have to do with your steward?
Excuse me, sir, but I'm not accustomed to hearing to such expressions, or to such tone of voice. I want to hear no more!
Madam, I do not have the pleasure of being either your husband or your fiancé, so please don't make a scene.
You're a
I
bore.
don't like it.
You're a bore, a coarse bear, a bourbon, a monster!
What?
I said you're a bear.
Whoa. What did you just say?
I said you were a bear, a monster!
And may I ask what right you have to insult me?
Suppose I am insulting. Do you think I'm afraid of you?
And do you think that just because you are a poetic creature and of the softer sex, that you can insult me with impunity? We will fight it out. Pistols!
Do you think I'm afraid of you just because you have large fists and a bull's throat? Are you bourbon?
Do you think that just because you are a woman, that you can get away with insulting me with impunity? I do not care if you are of the softer sex. We will fight it out.
Bear, bear,
We're gonna
bear,
fight it
bear,
out.
bear, bear,
I will
bear,
not be
bear,
insulted by
bear.
anybody. I don't care if you are a woman. It's about time we got rid of this prejudice that only men need pay for their insults. If you want equality of rights, you shall have it. We'll fight it out. Pistols.
With pistols?
Yes, with pistols. This moment.
Very well. This very moment. My husband had some pistols. I'll bring them here.
I will shoot her down like a...
What pleasure it will give me to put a bullet through your thick head. Devil take you!
I will shoot her down like a chicken. I am not a little boy or a sentimental puppy. Here the sexes are equal. I will shoot her on principle. What a woman. Devil take you, I'll put a bullet in your head. And she accepted my challenge. My word, that's the first time I've seen it. Now that's a woman. That's one that I can understand. Not a sour-faced jelly bean, but fire, gunpowder, rocket. I like her. I'm almost ready to let the debt go. And I'm not angry anymore. What a wonderful woman.
Here are the pistols. But before we fight, you must show me how to fire. I never held a pistol in my hands before.
Well, these are very nice pistols. Smith & Wesson triple action. You must hold the revolver like this. Her eyes, what a...
Like this?
Yes, like this. And then you cock this hammer like this, and you take aim like that. Put your head back a little. Arm down correctly. The important thing is to stay calm and try not to jerk your arm. And then you squeeze this trigger with the finger like that. Bam! That's it. Just stay cool.
Very well. It's inconvenient to shoot in a room. Let's go into the garden.
What mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth? You shall not stir from your house today.
Caesar shall forth. These things that threaten me have ne'er but looked upon my back. When they shall see the face of Caesar, you're vanished.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet they frighten me. There is one within, besides the things that we have heard and seen, recounts of horrid sights seen by the watch. A lioness whelped in the streets. Fierce and fiery warriors fought upon the clouds, in ranks and squadrons, in war form. Blood drizzled on the Capitol. Graves yawned and yielded up their dead. Horses did neigh, and grown men did groan. Ghosts squealed and swirled about the streets. Oh, Caesar, these things are beyond us, and I fear them.
What can be avoided whose end is purposed by the mighty gods? And Caesar will go forth. For these predictions are for the world in general as to Caesar.
When beggars die, there are no comets seen. The heavens themselves blaze death upon princes.
Cowards die many times before their death. The valiant only taste of death but once. It seems to me most strange that of all the wonders I have heard, that men shall fear seeing death, a necessary end, will come when it will come.
And what say the augurs? They will not have you stir from your house today, plucking entrails from a fourth, given they have found no beast within the heart.
The gods do this in shame of cowardice. Caesar should be a beast without a heart if I were to stay home today for fear. No, Caesar shall not. Danger knows full well Caesar is more dangerous than he. We're two lions littered in one day. I the elder and more terrible, and Caesar shall go forth.
Alas, my lord, your wisdom has been consumed with confidence. Do not go forth today. Call it my fear that keeps you in this house, and not your own. We'll send Mark Antony. He will go to the Senate House and tell him that you are not feeling well today. Let me on my knee prevail in this.
Mark Antony shall say that I am not well. And for thy humor, I shall stay at home.
Is there something about today that seems funny to you?
Seems like yesterday or the day before.
Yes, they're all alike here. all the days. But they all have a cumulative effect, like equal blows on a rock. But one finally striking it open and making it fall to pieces.
Who was the rock, you?
I suppose I'm flattering myself. I'm as dull as a rock, but not as strong as a rock.
You're probably stronger than you think. I don't think you're gonna fall to pieces. Not unless you let yourself.
Then what shall I do to prevent it?
Get out from under whatever's striking against you.
Not until I know that it's useless. A miracle might happen. I might suddenly find my tongue in his presence and pour my heart out, and he might suddenly stop dancing for a minute.
Oh, boy. Do you think so?
No. No, I don't think so.
Then get away quick while you can, you little fool. Don't stay any longer. Take the Boston boat this afternoon.
Christ, I've been empty so long. I've got to have something to fill me.
Your work.
No. I want love.
Then go where love can be given. Don't go for water to an empty well.
I had to. I couldn't help it. How do you know that the well is empty?
You know it yourself. You said so.
Today does seem funny to me.
How?
I'm conscious of my entire life stretching behind me. I feel the weight of every single day, a weight and a vagueness too, a tremendous vagueness. I feel like I've been traveling through fog. But look how brilliant it is. Did you ever blow soap bubbles? Now, see, I am looking back at everything. I remember single days, hours. None of them was ever complete enough in itself. They were all expectant. Do you know what I mean? They all had their faces turned one way toward the future, as though...
As though
a parade was coming, was going to pass. Well, I've stood here so long that my neck is getting stiff. I'm craning in the direction toward the distant calliope sound that does not get any closer. Is it imaginary? I see it all in my head.
But you don't have to actually see it. It's better in your head. A vision's less apt to be disappointing.
No, I want the real thing. I want to experience it in the flesh. I have it, but I can describe it as if I did.
I'd give it up then. Do you think the parade is love?
What else is brilliant enough to make a parade?
I've only dated 3 young men seriously. I just didn't have my heart into it. A silence would fall between us. You know, a silence.
Oh, I know silence, yes.
He would try to talk, and I would try to talk, and none of us would make a go for it, and so we both call it quits.
And the silence would fall.
An enormous silence.
Then you'd go back to the piano?
I'd sit and I'd twist my ring. Sometimes I twisted it so hard that the bands would cut my finger. And he'd glance at his watch. And we both know that this useless undertaking had come to a close.
So you'd call it quits?
Well, quits is what we'd call it.
But you didn't have your heart in it.
Well, none of them engaged my serious feelings.
You do have serious feelings of that sort?
Well, doesn't everybody sometimes?
Some women are cold. Some women are what they call frigid.
Do I give that impression?
Under the surface, you've got a great deal of excitement. A lot more than any other woman I've ever met. So much so that you have to carry around those sleeping pills with you. The question is, why?
Well, what are you doing that for?
So I don't have to move your hat when I kiss you.
Well, do you want to do that?
Miss Alma. Miss Alma.
Not Miss Alma anymore. Just Alma.
This suits you better, Miss Alma. Is it so hard to forget you're the preacher's daughter?
It's not hard for me to remember I'm the daughter of a minister. The daughter of a minister is no different from any other woman that remembers that she's a lady.
It's lady stuff. Is it so important?
Well, not to the sort of ladies you bring to the Moon Lake Casino. But suppose one day you met the woman that you selected to be your wife. Wouldn't you want her to be a lady? Wouldn't you want this woman as her husband, and not just her husband, but the mother of your precious children, to be someone that you as her husband and they as her precious children can be someone they can look up to with very deep respect?
There are other things between a man and a woman besides respect. Did you know that, Miss Alma?
Yes.
There's such a thing as intimate relations.
Yes, I know. Thank you for putting that so plainly.
You might find it a little unpleasant, but it does have a good deal to do with connubial felicity, as you might call it. There are women who just give in to a man. It's sort of an obligation based on the cruelty of nature. And there you go.
To tell thee plain, I aim to lie with thee.
To tell thee plain, I'd rather lie in prison.
Why then thou shalt not have thy husband's lands.
Why then, mine honesty shall be my dower. For by that loss I will not purchase them.
Therein thou wrongst thy children mightily.
Herein thou wrongst, your highness, both them and me. But, mighty lord, this merry inclination accords not with the sadness of my suit. Please you dismiss me with aye or no?
Aye, if thou wilt say aye to my request. No, if thou wilt say no to my demand.
Why? Then, no, my lord. My suit as at an end.
Her looks doth argue her replete with modesty. Her words doth show her wit incomparable. All these perfections challenge sovereignty. One way or other, she is for a king. And she shall be my love, or else my queen. Say that King Edward take thee for his queen.
'Tis better said than done, my lord. I am a subject fit to jest withal, but I'm far unfit to be a sovereign.
Sweet widow, by my state I swear to thee, I speak no more than what my soul intends, and that is to enjoy thee for my love.
And it's more than I will yield unto. I am too mean to be your queen, and yet too good to be your concubine.
You cavil widow, I did mean my queen.
Twill grieve your grace my son should call you father.
No more than when my daughters call thee mother. Thou art a widow, and thou hast some children, and I, by God's mother, being but a bachelor, have others some. Why, 'tis a happy thing to be father unto many sons. Answer no more, for thou shalt be my queen.
My necessaries are embarked. Farewell. And sister, as the winds give benefit and convoys assistant, do not sleep. But let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet. And the trifling of his favor hold it a fashion and a toy in blood. A violet in the youth of primy nature. Forward, not permanent, sweet, not lasting, the perfume and suppliance of a minute, no more.
No more but so?
Think it no more. For nature crescens does not grow alone in thews and bulks, but as this temple waxes, the inward service of the mind and soul grows wide withal. Perhaps he loves you now, and now nor soil nor caudle doth besmirch the virtue of his will. But you must fear his greatness weighed. His will is not his own, for he himself is the subject to his birth. He may not, as unvalued persons do, carve for himself, for his choice depends the safety and the health of this whole state. And therefore must his choice be circumscribed unto the voice and yielding of that body where he is the head. And then, if he says he loves you, it fits your wisdom so far to believe as he in his particular act and duty gives his saying deed, which is no further than the voice of Denmark goes with all. Then weigh what lost your honor may sustain if with too credent ear you list his songs, or lose your heart, or your chaste treasure open to his unmastered importunity. Fear it, Ophelia. Fear it, my dear sister, and keep you in the rear of your affection out of the shot and danger of desire. The chariot maid is prodigal enough if she unmask her beauty to the moon. Virtue itself scapes not calumnious strokes. The canker galls the infants of the springs too oft before their buttons be disclosed. And in the morn in liquid dew of youth, contagious blasphements are most imminent. Be wary then. The best safety lies in fear. Youth to itself rebels, though none else near.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep it as watchman to my heart. But good, my brother, do not, as some ungracious pastors do, show me to the steep and thorny way to heaven, whilst like a puffed and reckless libertine himself, the primrose of Dillingham treads.
Oh, fear me not.